how will Israelis' assassinations of Hezbollah and Hamas leaders influence the conflict? And do you believe these actions could escalate tensions further, sir?
Well, yeah. I think this action will escalate the tension all around the area, not just in Israel, clearly, not just in Lebanon, but maybe in even in Syria or even in the West Bank. Actually, I think that one of the best scenario or worst scenario.
Respect to your point of view, and now we move on to Dr. Wael. Dr. Wael, from your own perspective, how can assassinations influence the balance of power in the region, and do they lead to strategic challenges in the ongoing conflicts?
Of course, this is clear now that there's different development in the events that was not expected from Israel. October 7th events made the confidence in Israel shake despite its military excellence over the rest of the military powers in the region, which means that humble groups can shake the whole region if there is no logical way from the different regimes to change the current reality, which is an occupation power and an occupied people. No stability can be achieved. We know this from history all over the different ages. That's why now we see lots of Israelis who immigrated from Israel. They understood that Israel is not moving towards stability and the Rabin's era has ended, and the logical leaders and wise leaders in Israel are totally excluded from the arena, and there are no Israeli leaders now either in the opposition or in the Israeli alliance who clearly and explicitly talk about a possibility for a settlement or making a change towards peace in the region. This means that Israel sentenced itself to be a war state until its end. And even if Israel wins in Gaza, which didn't happen until now, Israel is looking for any kind of win, and they couldn't get it up till now.
Yes,
and on the Israeli side, there is a fierce resistance towards Israel or against Israel, and we can see this in the results a day after another. And Israel couldn't make Hezbollah or dominate Hezbollah completely, and even if they control part of the south, this doesn't mean the end of the residents. Now the balance of power in the region starts to move differently, and the Arab people started to understand that the statements of the Israeli ministers are not logical. The Minister of Finance in Israel talks about the possibility of occupying Egypt, Jordan, and so on, while his government has signed peace agreements with Egypt and Jordan at least, and they haven't dismissed this minister. So there are intentions in Israel that started to appear on the surface in a more rude way even than before, which means that there should be a movement, and this movement started to appear amongst the Arab peoples who started to understand that the Palestinians are the shield for the rest of the Arab countries. So if there is no serious action or procedure against this occupation trend in Israel,